Hello and welcome back to your mat. And once again, welcome back to Lake Michigan. Portage Bay is behind me. What a great place to record. I wish I could do all my classes here, but it's nice to bring you different locations. So today we're going to do a class that's an evening yoga class. So this is to release your day. You can do this right before you go to bed. You can do this in your pajamas. You could whatever. But just to help you release your day. So it could be when you come home from work. You have options. I would recommend having a towel or a blanket. We're going to need that at the end. You don't have to have it, but it's nice to have. So towel, blanket, a cushion, a pillow would work. And a block is also nice to have too for when we do bridge with a block. So if you have those items, great. And then if you are into essential oils and you have essential oils, grab your favorite calming one. Mine, especially for sleep, is lavender. So maybe you have a lavender spray, you have a lavender candle, you have a lavender essential oil you can just kind of smell before you go to bed. These are just nice to have. So you could spray, maybe your blanket or your pillow before you go to bed, or even as you're doing this yoga class. But again, that's optional. That's just a bonus tool. It's nice to have. So we're going to get started seated, and we're going to fold forward here. So I'm going to turn sideways here. Actually, I'm going to turn the other way. All right, so we're going to turn sideways here, and then we're just going to, I'm in a simple cross-legged seat here. Doesn't matter which leg is in front. And we're just going to fold forward and come forward any amount. So we're going to release the hips. So it's the end of the day. We're home. We're done with our day, and we're ready to unwind. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet for you. But we're going to unwind those hips a little bit. So we're just going to fold forward here. Stay for a couple of breaths. To make this class longer, if you decide that you like these poses, you can always just stay in these poses longer. So I'm going to try to keep this one shorter. So if you just want a quick something you can do before bed. And then I'm going to bring both of my arms over to the left and go at this at a side a bit. So we're going to keep the hips grounded. We're just going to turn to the side now. And we're just breathing here. So you don't need to stay in these poses long. You don't need to do a long practice before bed. Just a little something to release the day. That's the goal of today's class. Let's come back upright, switch across of your legs, fold forward again. Bring your arms out in front of you. I like to close my eyes here. Help getting that mindset. And then the same thing, bring your arms over to the right-hand side. So we're just getting a little twist there, a little side turn there. Keeping the hips grounded as you're doing this, because that left hip's going to want to pop up. And then come all the way up. So again, you can stay in any of these poses as long as you like, but we're going to move along. So now we're going to open up the side body a little bit, release that side body. So very simple, stay in it, simple cross-legged. I'm going to cross my legs the opposite way again, just for fun, and bringing my left hand out to the side, right arm up overhead, and we're just coming into a nice little side bend to open up that side body. Stretch through that side body that can be compressed throughout our day, depending on what we do. Inhale, come up, switch across of your legs and go to the opposite side. So right arm out, left arm up overhead. Really stretch into this. See how this feels for you. A lot of times we are compressed throughout our day, so it's nice to just give ourselves a nice opening before we go to bed. Or again, this may not be before bed. It might be when you've come home from work, the end of your day, so you have a little time in between that. But just to release the day before you continue on for your evening or before you go to bed. And then we're going to come in from here. We're going to lay on our stomachs, and we're going to come into a shoulder opener, because another place to open things up before you go to bed. This is where a block could come in handy, or even the blanket or the towel that you may have nearby. You can rest your forehead on this. And this one works for some and doesn't work as great for others, so you have to kind of play around. But we're just going to simply thread our arms. So I'm threading my right arm behind my left, and now my left in front of my right. And then you're gonna come forward on that block. Now you may not, you may find, depending on your proportions, depending on your body, you may need to stay more upright. So find what works for you. I'm gonna stay upright because I do have a mic, so it's trying to keep it where you can actually hear what I'm saying. At least that's the goal. So again, if you come further down, you can stay more upright. We're just kind of releasing those shoulders a bit. You can let your head drape here, that's fine. Switch out the arms. So now I've got the right arm in front, left arm behind. May not come all the way down. I'm gonna stay more upright just because I have a mic. So just see what works for you. Breathe here. We won't stay in this one too long because this one can be awkward for some people. And then from here, grab your block if you have it. And if your forehead is not going to come to the ground in child's pose, that would be helpful. So we're going to put our seat back onto our heels or thereabouts. And we're going to stretch forward. So either the forehead, the point between your eyebrows will come to the ground, or if that doesn't work, try to place that point on the block. So this is a nice calming point. It's great to help calm your energy, release the day. So that's what we're going for in today's class. We're going for either helping us go to sleep, and this will help us go to sleep, whether that's going to happen in the next 20 minutes or you've got a few hours of your evening left. Either way, this is helping to just release your day and allow you to come into stillness for the evening and to hopefully sleep well. Another inhale there. And let all of that go. Exhale. And then from there, go ahead and come up. Bring the block with you, because now we're going to do bridge with a block. So you could always use your blanket if you have that. But the block is also great for this. So we're going to do bridge with a block. Put the block underneath the sacrum. I have it on the lowest height because we're not going for a deep, big back bend here, because that would be more energizing. We're really just going for open up the front body here, going for something pretty mellow here. We're not trying to work ourselves hard here. So this is the end of the day. This is the end of your day. This is maybe you're going right before you're going to bed. So we're not trying to energize the body. So just release everything into that block. I have that right around my sacrum, the low back area, the region right below your low back. Now, of course, with this block on the lowest setting, it's going to cover a bigger portion of that region. Just release here for a moment. Release the day. That will definitely help you with the rest of your evening and your sleep, to release the day. Also easier said than done. And from here, remove the block. We're just going to come into a simple supine twist on both sides. So I'm going to hug my knees into my chest and drop both of my knees over to the right. My left arm will come out to the left. I love these. These are great poses to just release everything. Release the back, the spine. It's such a wonderful pose. I think if there's one pose you could do every day, this would be one I would put on the list. I have several I put on that list, but this is one of them for sure. So just release whatever the day held for you, whether if it was a good day, great, celebrate that one. If it was not such a great day, it was a bad day, release that. Tomorrow's a brand new day. Inhale, hug your knees into your chest, and let's go ahead and bring them over to the left, arm out to the right. Nice supine twist here. It is threatening to rain on me here, so it'll be interesting to see if I can get through this without getting wet. I can feel the first couple of drops. Of course, you can always stay in any of these poses longer if you like. I'm trying to keep this shorter, so for those of you who just want a short little practice at the end of your day or evening, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and go ahead and come up to sit. And then we're going to grab that blanket and we're going to end in this last pose. And I have this, I've got it folded up, my blanket, towel, pillow, cushion, could be any of those. We're really just trying to elevate and open our chest a bit. So if you don't have this, you don't have to, you can do this without that. It's not a big deal. But this just helps kind of elevate a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to lie back over this, but bring your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees knock in. And we're just literally going to just land here. So your chest is open. And you're just going to release the day. Release anything that's on your mind, and just let all of it go, because you're going to sleep so much better if you can just let everything go, and it'll be there for you tomorrow. I'm going to leave you in this pose, A, to keep this class short, and B, to beat the rain. So please feel free to stay in this pose as long as you want. I'm going to come up and close the class, but you are welcome to keep in that pose as long as you want. Maybe do that pose in bed. It'd be a great way just to fall asleep or to transition the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for taking the time to do something good for your body and to do something that cares for you, because it allows you to help others and to do good in the world if you have taken care of yourself. You got to fill your cup before you can fill up other people's cups. So thank you again. I hope this was helpful, and sleep well or enjoy the rest of your evening. Until next time.